Hey everybody, my name is Ivica. Thank you so much for joining me on my latest episode of I'm Gaming podcast. This is a podcast about the video game industry, entrepreneurship, gaming nostalgia, user-generated content and hubs for the same process, and many more cool things I find to be in the same realm of business and creative ventures. Like always, first and foremost, right out of the gates, as they say, a big thanks to all of my Patreon supporters who really continue to make this podcast possible. Without your continuous, generous monthly donations, I would not be able to continue making iGaming podcast and hit episode 222, where we are right now. This episode is all about UGC or user generated content, as well as a newly established hub for anyone who is into the same process called Loot Labs. I'm going to talk about each of these and then kind of suggest that you check them out if you're into user generated content. Now, first of all, what is user generated content? Well, the name is pretty much self-explanatory. It's something that is created inside of a ecosystem of creation, either of video content or gaming content, video games that are created, for example, in environments like Fortnite Creative, which I'm really interested in, or Minecraft, Roblox. There is a lot of other as well processes that are building these ecosystems, all of which are there to kind of allow people to create content. Now, so far, a lot of content was, or user-generated content was related to social media. YouTube, of course, is a social media based on user-generated content, but now the same process is allowing people to create their own games or gamified experiences as well. Now, here is where Loot Labs comes in. This entity, this kind of organization, desires to help anyone who is into user-generated content to kind of monetize and get their process of creation into the domain of making money. So their catchphrase is basically you create, we monetize, and their desire is to kind of be a hub that connects and brings together people who create content or user-generated content, and they want to help them out get monetized. So there are several ways how that process takes place. The whole organization is based on kind of a focus on users, the ability and desire to provide them with revenue. It's focused on gaming, more precisely on video games created in different ecosystems, but basically games. The desire to help user creators get, or anyone who is creating user content, to get compensated, and it's data oriented, which means that the whole organization kind of follows the effects, the results, the output of anyone who is kind of a member of the same community, and helps them kind of get optimized and get better at the things they create. So basically the whole idea is to play, share, earn, and thus push anyone's desire to kind of make stuff on a higher level to that point where they can make better stuff, earn more, get the same stuff to more people, and thus get the same ball rolling further in the weeks and months, even years to come. So there is also the blog page for Loot Labs. You will find the link to the same organization in the description box below, which kind of showcases news from the UGC domain. That's really useful as well for anyone who is looking to get into user-generated content or expand their ventures and their current kind of activities. All of that is really useful, and of course the idea of kind of getting into that process, allowing your user content to be more accessible to more people, is of course the bread and butter of any kind of venture that is related to UGC from the creator point of view. So Loot Labs is a really cool thing that is just recently started out, and something that is offering a lot of interesting elements to anyone who is into UGC. And that's why, if you're into it, please check out Loot Labs. The link is in the description below. It's basically lootlabs.gg, but check out the link there. That's all for this episode. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks so much for listening. Hopefully you got some interesting ideas through all of this. I would love to hear what you think about it all, of course, and feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. Of course, if you'd like to support me, please check out my Patreon page, please check out my books on Amazon, but if you'd like to help me out on the cheap, as they say, please just subscribe to my channel and be here for my new videos. That's all from me. Thank you for being on the latest episode of I'm Gaming Podcast. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you in precisely 7 days from now. Until then, bye bye.